Hi guys. Well, I guess I'm blowing the entire cosmological world open, turning it upside down. Little old Stevie operating here and showing everybody the truth about the shape of the Earth. That it's spherical, but it's concave. You cannot see the curve. If you watch my previous video, I talked about the magnetic field lines converging to a 33rd degree north, which testifies of the north apex, the northern side of the octahedron up in the center of the Earth. There's a video explaining that where this woman thinks that they are plasma tubes, but what they're really testifying of is the fact that they're pointing to the north apex, the sides of the north, because there's a central octahedron in the center of the Earth behind the celestial sphere. And then one thing just led to another. I haven't done extensive research on this, but I talked about it before. It's called cosmic rays, and I said there's a glass dewar that's enveloping the moon sphere. So there's a glass sphere enveloping the moon. I shouldn't say moon sphere. The moon's only, it's a little bit more than half, but it's in that area, which creates a very high vacuum. And then there's another area where the sun and the planets are behind another sphere of glass. And then, of course, there's the 100-kilometer glass sphere, where there isn't much. It's a slight vacuum. You can still, I mean, the reason we see auroras testifies that it's not a complete vacuum. And so I think they're able to launch certain satellites, especially geostationary ones, in inner space. But besides that, I really wanted to talk about the cosmic rays that are a mystery to all scientists, because they think that we're living on a spinning ball. And they have no idea or understanding that the origin of these cosmic rays are coming from the north sides of the north. And they pass through this high vacuum state of this glass dewar effect, and they increase in velocity, and they cannot understand why they're coming in so fast. But they say, as far as I know here, I just started reading about this, but the origin of most of these cosmic rays are coming from a particular galaxy called Cygnus. Cygnus X. Cygnus X is a galaxy X-ray source in the constellation Cygnus. And the first such source widely accepted to be, they call it a black hole. See, that's another fallacy, fictitious fallacy. They have to conjure up phony baloney, black holes, dark matter stuff, because they simply cannot understand the true shape of the universe. It's inside the Earth. And so Cygnus X, though, is, they say, where the origin of these high velocity cosmic rays are coming from. And lo and behold, let's look. This is a picture of Cygnus, the constellation. See that it's in the shape of an X. That's interesting too, or a cross. But Cygnus X, the particular star, is at what degree? This one, it looks like it's 33, 33 or thereabout. I mean, I think they say here on Wikipedia it's at 35. The declination plus 35. But that would also lend credence to the fact that this high arm of light that's coming from the northern side of the octahedron is raising up first and then drooping down. So in 3D, I just show that here, where you see the octahedron here, and then it's interesting too, because Cygnus, the constellation, goes right across the Milky Way band. And I told you before, watch that video I made before where I say the Milky Way band, it's not a spiral galaxy, but it's a band that's dividing the celestial sphere into two hemispheres. And so there's different current operating on each particular band, which actually steers or governs the north-south direction of the sun. The sun is connected. The sun has a back flat dark side that we don't see from Earth, and it's connected to the high arm of light, the northern side. But interesting though, like if you watched that graphic I had before where I had these rays coming out of the top of the northern side, well, if it's going through the celestial sphere and hitting the Earth, it would kind of make sense that we would only be able to detect it through a thin area or thin part of this celestial sphere In other words, where we can see celestial clouds and nebula. And so that would be across the Milky Way band. And lo and behold, that's exactly where Cygnus is. It's plotted right on the Milky Way band, especially Cygnus X. It's right about 35, 33 degrees. And so that's X marks the spot. You know, there's the X. So it's just a matter of rotating that and understanding that these so-called plasma tubes that they're detecting are all pointing to 33 degrees. Isn't that amazing? I think I just busted astronomy wide open. It's going to take, there's going to be a lot of denial. A lot of people are not going to take me seriously, but it's going to rock the entire world. It's going to turn it upside down as soon as everybody gets wind of it and they can't deny it any longer. And so, let's see, going back here. What else? Oh, they call it a mystery, the Cygnus mystery. Did cosmic rays affect human evolution? Oh, this is Graham Hancock. Ladies and gentlemen, Graham Hancock. Yeah, they don't know. They think it's a mystery to them. They can't figure out where these cosmic rays are coming from, so they attribute these highly erroneous, highly fictitious scenarios, evolution. This one's called the Cygnus mystery. Cosmic rays from a binary star known as Cygnus X3 helped. X3 is a little, actually the declination of X3 is a little bit different than X1, but it's still going across that Milky Way band, and it actually leads credence to the fact that there's a high armor of light that goes even higher than 33 degrees. Helped accelerate human evolution during the last ice age. The veneration of Cygnus as a bird associated with cosmic life and death goes back 17,000 years. Cygnus is a root of all the world's religions. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Cygnus is a root of all the world's religions. Well, since I'm God in the flesh, that would make sense that I would bust this wide open and help people understand why it's the root of all world's religions. Because it's pointing to the sides of the north. You understand? Yeah. The origins of astronomy, literature, ancient cosmologies, even transoceanic sea voyages all occurred yeah, sure they did. So, Cygnus X, 33, even Carl Sagan even talked about the cosmic rays and the Cygnus mystery. It's a big mystery. Did cosmic radiation change evolution and kickstart religion? No, Carl. Oh, you're dead now. You can't even hear me. But the fact that you didn't realize that you're just one of my creation, and that I am God in the flesh, and that your entire scientific understanding of the world is wrong. Not just you, Carl, but anybody else out there. I'm talking to people like Neil deGrasse and Michio Kaku and Lawrence Krauss, if they're humble enough to be reached. But this is exactly what's going on here, okay? You're inside the concave Earth. There's a celestial ball of stars in the sky. It bifurcates in two, and it's divided by what we call the Milky Way band. It's a swaddling band mentioned in Job chapter 38 because it's 60 degrees. It's cocked like a mother swaddling band. And there's a northern side of the octahedron that's behind the celestial sphere. The northern side is brighter, just like I've been telling you for years and years and years. Yeah? You understand? And going across that band, it must be thinner, the celestial sphere, so we can actually see some of the activity, the cosmic activity that's going on, or that's penetrating through it. So across that seam, we have a constellation called Cygnus. And the X star within that constellation is, they say, where the origin comes from of these cosmic rays. No, it's just simply the high arm of light that's orbiting around within the Earth. Maybe it's not exactly the high arm of light. Maybe it's just a matter of these streaks that are coming from the sides of the north, because the high arm of light is circling once every day. So it's got to be, these rays that are coming out from the top, from the sides of the north and the top. And so this is a proof positive. No more a mystery. I wanted to also point out when I talked with, remember Beepin? I haven't heard from Beepin. He closed his Facebook account. I hope he's okay. But anyway, he had a vision of the celestial sphere with the octahedron and the high arm of light. And he described it like this. I'll put this link in the video in the description box. But he described it just exactly how I saw the back of the sun, with this high arm is coming out like that. This is his drawing, by the way. And it's shooting into the back of the sun. And so this energy that's coming from the northern side, it's splaying out like that, and it's penetrating through the weaker parts of the celestial sphere, which happen to be a band called the Milky Way, and it particularly likes the Cygnus constellation, Cygnus X, which to me that X right there, I mean, that looks like it's 33 degrees. I don't know about you, but thereabouts. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's a match, even if it's a little bit off. It's a match. See the X right there? And then here's X over here, and the 30 over here on the left. You see what I mean? So I'm just waiting for my followers to catch up, and my followers already believe me, but more scientific minds to catch up and believe what I'm saying about the true shape of the Earth, and realizing if you've obviously you've broken away from heliocentric baloney, but if you're believing in a flat Earth, you cannot resolve so many problems with it. You cannot even understand or get a map. And so I'm here waiting patiently for you guys to catch up and realize that you're inside my concave Earth. Okay? It's all proven. There's no more. The Cygnus mystery is no longer a mystery. And it's not the source of evolution. Okay? Cosmic ray mystery has been solved. There's glass in the sky. There's an octahedron. There's a high arm of light coming from the sides of the north. And we have Cygnus X going right through it because the Milky Way band is a little bit thinner, and it allows those cosmic rays to be penetrated through the celestial sphere. It's not actually coming from the stars. The stars are just tiny little sonoluminescent bubbles inside or on the edge, at the edge of the celestial sphere, which is filled with celestial water. And so there you go. Comprende. Oh, getting a lot of likes on this video. Good. Okay, guys, you're catching up. Thanks a lot.